Timmy!
Hey, Timmy, how many able-bodied people does it take to screw in a light bulb? One.
You know, guys, by the time you guys are watching today's video, last night, let me tell you, man, I was laying in bed on Twitter, just doing things. You know what I'm saying? Totally wasn't gooning or anything like that, but let's just say hypothetically, I was going through my bookmarks, just looking at cool things, you know what I mean? And as I'm scrolling from bookmark to bookmark, I come across a video of Nadeshot. Huh? And as soon as that happened, I stopped engaging in my activities of scrolling. Yeah, because I was curious, why is this on my bookmarks? But then I saw what the whole thing was about, and I saw that he was talking about Call of Duty, Warzone, Verdansk, and cheaters. And guys, just like that, in the snap of a finger, Scat Master Fooly became Flaccid Master Fooly, and I knew I had to get on the mic and make a goddamn video. And it sucks because it's getting to the point where I can't even use my reproductive organs without having some sort of PTSD episode that prevents me from doing everything. And guys, I've made this joke in the past, but I swear to God, I mean it. I genuinely believe I should get a vasectomy to prevent my future children from ever experiencing what is the current era of Call of Duty.
You're goddamn right.
Because guys, the more I look at Activision and see what they do, the more brain cells I lose and the less faith I have in humanity. But before I get into it, guys, I'm gonna need you to do me a favor. I'm gonna need you to grab the like button and firmly grasp it. Do not let that like button get flaccid. Do you understand me? And subscribe if you're new. Also, you know what to do down in the comments below. Hashtag Fooly50. We've been making progress. Join the cause. Check this out, guys. This is a tweet that comes out from Scatmaster Charles. He says, Nadeshot shares his thoughts on the upcoming return of Verdansk in Warzone, saying, without anti-cheat updates, it won't change anything. And in quotes, all the good things they are doing is null and voided when you can't play a real fair game of Call of Duty. And you know what? We can roll a little bit of that clip as well.
They're obviously trying to make sure that people have fun when they get back, but I think the issue is still going to be the hacking and the cheating situation, bro. And
guys, everything that Nadeshot is saying here is absolute facts, okay? We might have to dub him Scat Master Nade. Nadeshot, check it out, my guy. I know you run 100 Thieves. Listen, I know it would be controversial, but could you imagine 100T Scat Master Fooly? Listen, man, I'm the perfect candidate out there, but guys, everything he is saying is absolute facts. When it comes to Verdansk coming back in a couple of weeks, we know what Activision is aiming for. They want Verdansk by itself to just garner the attention of everybody that is no longer playing Call of Duty and nostalgia bait everybody to come back. Make Call of Duty the center of attention again, because currently it's the laughingstock of every single goddamn video game as far as I'm concerned. And as we know, they're going all out for Season 3. We're getting like 4 to 6 maps in multiplayer. There's gonna be a big zombies update. Verdansk is coming back.
Oh, hooray! Yay! Ice cream!
And supposedly, we're supposed to be getting some reworks to the anti-cheat. You know, Ricochet out there hasn't really been doing anything for us. And Season 2 came out, I don't even know how long ago, it's been a while at this point, and they essentially lied to us because we were supposed to be expecting this sort of stuff at the launch of Season 2, we're a couple of weeks away from the launch of Season 3, and you would expect as we get closer and closer that Activision would maybe address some of these concerns, because it's 100% valid to look at the situation and really think, yo, I'm down to play Verdansk, but can I even legitimately play it with the amount of hackers and cheaters that are running amok in the game uncontested because our anti-cheat literally does not work. And we have so many other issues that they could be addressing, but guys, instead of addressing any of those things, instead of Activision responding to Nadeshot's concerns or addressing anybody's concerns for that fact. This is the message that Activision gave out to the community earlier today. Account reselling is a violation of the Call of Duty terms of use. Any account that has been knowingly sold will be permanently banned. Selling of accounts threatens the integrity. Oh, the integrity, huh? Of our community and our games. We'll be sharing a dedicated blog from #Team Ricochet detailing new technology and account security updates coming to Season 3 ahead of launch. Sorry. Now, you might be sitting there really scratching your head, right? Just thinking to yourself like, what does this have to do with anything? What? Like, seriously. Why did they even bother saying this? Why is this at the top of the list for priorities that they felt the need to address? Well, if you're thinking that, guys, I'm on your side 100%, and I think anybody else with common sense would agree. What the hell are they talking about? This is essentially like showing up to a very morbid funeral, right? Everybody's reminiscing on good times, everybody's wishing each other well, and all of a sudden here comes this random drunk bastard, old friend that used to be cool is no longer cool. He shows up and is like, oh, guys, did you hear they're selling rhinoceros meat at Arby's? Oh, they're so cool, man. Absolutely pitiful. Like, this has nothing to do with anything. I don't know why Activision decided to tweet this out. I don't know why this is at the top of their priorities. And if you're selling your account, I'm sure there's possibly some implications for something regarding cheating and hacking and exploits on a PC, for example, but at the end of the day, who cares, man? It's their account, they purchased the goddamn game. For all you know, they got tired of playing your dog shit game and decided to sell their account to somebody who's less fortunate. Alright, let's just say that. So their entire message is already just tone deaf. I mean, guys, seriously, the Scad Master's here to rebalance the nonsense that you just saw on your screen from me showing you that tweet. Here's a tweet of my own in response to this. I say, okay, cool. Now fix the anti-cheat, chat bans, shadow bans, Terminator skin, PC crashes, matchmaking, AI nonsense, and anything else of value the community has been telling you to do since day one. These bozos are really out here talking about, oh my god, guys, account reset. Shut up, fat ass. If you take a look at the replies under that tweet, I'm not going to show them, but essentially everybody is smoking them because it's so tone deaf, it has nothing to do with anything. It's random, just dropped out of nowhere, and it doesn't really do anything for the community whatsoever. That's like the least concerning issue that I can possibly think of when it comes to Call of Duty. I don't wake up before making a video angry just thinking to myself, oh my god, man, somebody just sold their account to somebody else. Who does that? Nobody. The concerns that we have for Call of Duty are exactly like I told you guys. Chat bans, AI nonsense, the Terminator skin that for $30 you could just literally be invisible if you're anywhere on these dark maps. Cheaters and hackers, the matchmaking. There's so many things that need to be addressed, and just like Nadeshot was talking about earlier, you really want Verdansk to succeed, that's cool, that's great, but what effort are you making aside from just re-releasing something that you had out during the pandemic that's going to give your community the trust and faith that the game will actually function correctly, that people will actually enjoy their experience playing your game and they're not just being looked at as a dollar sign in the shop? What are you guys doing? As far as I'm concerned, there's been absolutely nothing. And you really want to sit here talking about account reselling? Who cares, Tubby? The only reason you're banking so much on Verdansk being successful is because up until this point, this game has been performing so horribly. The player counts have been dropping across the board. It doesn't matter what platform you're on before these gooch lickers get in here coping talking about, oh, thing that we don't count.
That's a new Special Olympics record, folks!
Pipe down, gooch licking pew plucker. The player count is dropping everywhere. It doesn't matter what platform you're on. And you know what? We were talking about Nadeshot earlier. Why don't we end off the video with a different creator that's very similar to Nadeshot? This tweet comes out from Jake Sucking Balls. He says, in quotes from Scump, cheaters were running crazy, they dropped ranked early, and then Marvel Rivals dropped. There's a perfect storm of a bunch of things going wrong right now. Which again is a quote from Scump on the Call of Duty player numbers dropping. Guys, this is the sort of thing that I was talking about at the start of the year, that a lot more people are becoming vocal about the state of Call of Duty, about the things going wrong in Call of Duty. Quite frankly, I'm tired of listening to Exclusive Disgrace and Dyke Dynamite, and back then it was Doug Dimmadome Warzone defending Call of Duty.
Fuck you, Doug!
I don't want to hear that it's Activision's fault and not the developers. I don't want to hear that, oh, for years they didn't really need to worry about the hackers and cheaters, and the hackers and cheaters are only affecting the top 5% of the player base. I don't want to hear any of the cope anymore. What I want to hear is that Activision is actually making an effort, and if they are not, this is what I have for the gooch lickers out there that think I'm repetitive, that think all I do is hate and complain. Until Activision starts improving the state of Call of Duty, they and you will have to deal with people like the Scatmaster talking utter trash. If they're not willing to change anything, neither am I. That's the energy I got right now. And I'm glad there's people stepping up like Nadeshot and Scump and several other content creators that don't have Activision's gooch lodged down in their esophagus. I'm glad there's people with actual common sense that can see through the lies and see through the BS. We shouldn't be giving a platform to any of these bozos out here talking about, oh, we don't really know the player counts back then. Shut up. Give a platform to the people that are calling this nonsense out. So once again, I applaud Scump, I applaud Nadeshot. I'm glad they're actually talking. And when it comes to their audiences as well as mine, I hope we're all under the understanding that Activision has a lot to act on, they have a lot of things to address and fix, and their whole message about account reselling, quite frankly, I don't really care. Okay, it doesn't affect me, it doesn't affect the people that I play against, it doesn't affect the people that I play with. It sounds like to me that a very, very insignificant percentage of the player base is actually account reselling. And it's just crazy that they'll go out of their way to prevent this from happening to such a small portion of the player base, when a much larger percentage of that same player base has been complaining and giving you feedback regarding several different things that I've yet to hear them talk about. Or if they have talked about it, they've been saying things like, oh yeah, between season 2 and season 3 we're fixing it, and we're a couple of weeks away from season 3 and absolutely nothing. I played ranked play yesterday. Blatant hackers and cheaters in my lobbies. Activision, shame on you. This whole thing about account reselling, nobody cares. There's actual issues for you to talk about. Talk about them. I don't care about what Team Rico shit has to say about this. If they're not talking about how they've completely reworked the anti-cheat, I am not interested, okay? Team Rico shit. You might as well be the toilet paper in my bathroom right now, because quite honestly, that is the only purpose you serve. You clean the feces from my rear end. And to the gooch lickers that will defend this and defend Activision, whose side are you on? What are you even doing? What is your goal? What, do people account reselling hurt your feelings, your tiny little fragile feelings? Go watch a Dyke Dynamite video, go see how you can spend $90 in the shop and get a goddamn skateboard for purchasing 4 of those sorry excuses of a goddamn turtle. They look like gorillas dressed up as tortoises. Disgusting, and you spent money on it. Disgusting, pitiful, worthless. You suck. But that's gonna do it for me today, guys. I'm curious to know what you guys think about all this. What do you want Activision to address? And do you agree with Nadeshot and Scump about the state of Call of Duty currently? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notifications to stay up to date with my newest videos. And yeah, guys, it's been the boy Fooly. Have yourselves a good one. I'm out of here. Peace.